Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dear Peter, Love Dad. John S. Ray's Letters to His Son, 1991 to 1994, Part 3. This was originally published as Ray Family Memories Collection Number 6, published on June 15, 1997. And there are several letters to the editor from my father beforehand regarding RFMC number 1. Dear Editor, from my father, John S. Ray, I just finished reading JSR Letters to PJR, Father to Son. You and I had quite a book business going while you were in Switzerland. It still surprises me that the books you needed could not be purchased in Switzerland. What a wonderful experience for you to teach at Gstaad International School, and for us and your grandma Smallshaw to visit you there. We had always wanted to see the Passion Play, and because of you, we did. The pain of separation comes through so clearly in these letters, and our concern about your going to Manila, Philippines. The good Lord certainly does move in mysterious ways. Thank you for bringing back the memories. John S. Ray, Cleveland, Ohio. And another letter from my father. Dear Editor, I just finished reading RFMC number 3, and I enjoyed it very much. I was delighted to hear that Mark saw a pileated woodpecker. I've never had that pleasure. I gather the lizard is Jan's friend. Where did that name originate? Mark seems to be in SRF paradise when he is in Encinitas. What a wonderful thing. Mark surely has an active social life and business life. It's wonderful to see what a tremendous place SRF has in his life. Thank you for sharing these letters. Hope Mark approves. Love, Dad. John S. Ray, Cleveland, Ohio. And another letter from my father. Dear Editor, RFMC number 5 has been received, read, and enjoyed. I did not realize that you and your mother had such a great amount of written communication. Your mother certainly has a lot of ideas and questions. Her suggestion at the top of page 12 was especially interesting. She suggested that you do a session on great men who were weak when they were young. Did you ever try this? Keep up the important work. Love, Dad. John S. Ray, Cleveland, Ohio. And now a letter from yours truly, Peter J. Ray. Letter from the editor of the RFMC. Well, as you can see, after a year, the RFMC presses are rolling again. I'm sure that this is an exciting thought for everyone. The RFMC is intended for Mom, Dad, Mark, Patty, Peter, Alice, and Timothy. As you know, RFMC number 2 is controversial, and we will try to avoid a repetition of the unpleasantness involved with that issue. I hope you all enjoy the sequel of Dad's letters to me. My relationship with Dad is extremely important to me. Thanks for being such a good father to me, Dad, and happy Father's Day. Love, Peter. August 1989. Dear Editor, thanks so much for your good efforts in putting together the ZFMC about the woman priest case. This was a real challenge for you, and what you have published certainly caught the spirit of the case. My memory of some of the details is still quite vivid, but other parts have faded. Your efforts in preserving this very exciting part of your mother and my lives is very much appreciated. John S. Ray, Cleveland, Ohio. July 20th, 1990. Dear Peter, so many people have asked us whether you are okay in view of the earthquake and aftershocks. 1. Dick and Joan Ray called from North Carolina. 2. Dick Donaldson called from Canada. 3. The starter Ralph here in the building and the young maintenance man Peter. 4. Many people here at the office. I thought you might read and enjoy the enclosed items which your mother and I prepared for Joan about our lakeside memories. Love, Dad. Myers, Henteman, Schneider and Ray Corporation. The Superior Building, Superior Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, January 25th, 1991. Dear Peter, some time ago I found a very nice, soft, brown leather briefcase on the 3rd floor, and have been using it ever since and enjoying it. Do you have any idea where this briefcase came from? We all continue watching the Persian Gulf with great concern. Did you notice the recent terrorist bombing in Manila, Philippines? Hope you are well. Love, Dad. January 28th, 1991. Dear Peter, we talked with Patricia for some time after we spoke yesterday. She's lonesome since She currently does not have a boyfriend. Man was not meant to live alone. Certainly hope she finds another compatible spirit soon. What an exciting Super Bowl! The events in the Persian Gulf are almost beyond belief. Take care of yourself. Love, Dad. January 31st, 1991. Dear Peter, I thought you might enjoy the Walden Books publication, which comes from time to time. This is the last day of our fiscal year, much quieter since some changes in timing have been made. I do not understand why President Bush's ratings are so high when he plunged the country into a war which might have been avoided. We'll be leaving for Palm Springs 2 weeks from tomorrow. I gave Todd Palmer your address. Love, Dad. February 1st, 1991. Dear Peter, I will try to locate and send the next 10 SRF lessons to you shortly. Spring training is indeed just around the corner, and the sportscasters are starting to talk about the Cleveland Indians. Corey Snyder is gone. The first Ohioan has been killed in the Persian Gulf. Your mother and I do not understand why we didn't send over a force to prevent Iraq from taking Saudi Arabia and wait for the blockade to work. David Solomon just came in and visited, and I gave him your address. Love, Dad. February 2nd, 1991. Dear Editor, I just finished reading ZFMC number 32. As I read through these ancient documents, I really get a lot of laughs. If I recall correctly, I had to keep an 82 average in order to keep my scholarship at Oberlin College. The studies interfered with the Outs activities just barely enough to maintain the average. I can no longer remember all the people, but I do remember it was a very busy and generally very happy time. The trip to Alaska and working on the salmon boats was a wonderful experience. Thank you for refreshing my memory. Love, Dad. February 9th, 1991. Dear Peter, next Saturday morning at this time, your mother and I should be aloft on our way to the FICC meeting in Palm Springs. I was supposed to start a trial in Akron next Monday, which fortunately settled, so I should be able to get some other things done before we leave. Marie Kramer called us at home last night to make sure she had your correct address so she can send you a Valentine. Hope your rash is better. Love, Dad. February 12, 1991. Dear Peter, your letters of January 27th and February 3rd have been received and read with great interest. The $288 pension has been received from Sam and deposited today in your savings account, which now has a balance of $602. This is the account which I use to pay your Blue Cross medical insurance bills. Yes, I certainly do remember the Gary Hart saga. If he could have been faithful to his wife, I think he would have been a great president. Completed construction at home. 1. Enclosure around carport and compost area completely rebuilt with woolmanized wood. 2. Damaged railing above screen porch replaced. 3. Molding on outside of south side of den replaced where carpenter ants opened up a big hole and mice and birds were nesting there. 4. Rotting wood at base of one of the front columns replaced. Fantastic news about Pitcairn Island. Love, Dad. March 8th, 1991. Dear Editor, I thoroughly enjoyed reading what Patricia could remember about her growing up years. Your first joint ZFMC-SFMC. It is amazing what things linger in our memories from long ago. Patricia had several specific recollections which I had never heard before. It is wonderful that the two of you enjoyed each other's company so much when we visited you in Switzerland last fall. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. March 11th, 1991. Dear Peter, what a pleasure it is to hear your voice on the telephone each weekend. Congratulations on month number 67 of sobriety. The Cactus League is underway and the Cleveland Indians are struggling. We are very much looking forward to leaving for Cistern Key, Bahamas shortly, and I'm certain you are looking forward to leaving for Manila, Philippines. Love, Dad. August 19th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, today is our 41st wedding anniversary. What a lovely wedding you two had in the Philippines. What a lovely bride, what a fine-looking groom. What a pleasure to be there. All the best. The Cleveland Browns are 2-1 in exhibition games. Love, Dad. September 3rd, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, so sorry to hear about Peter's environmental fever, and certainly hope that it is better. Uncle Bud's wedding gift of $200 was in Canadian funds, so a charge of $30 was made by the bank, which I have deducted from the funds I am holding for you. The balance currently is $696. The lakeside attendance was exceedingly sparse, but hope it bounces back next year. Hope your adjustment is proceeding well. Love, Dad. September 6, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope Peter's fever is gone. Your mother and I attended the Willa Cather program at Lakeside, and it was excellent. The young woman who made the presentation really brought her to life. Love, Dad. September 10th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, hope you're feeling better, Peter, and are able to function. Good to have a doctor next door. Doug Jones has been called back from the minors and is scheduled to be the Cleveland Indians' starting pitcher tonight against Milwaukee. Will wonders never cease. Take care of yourselves. Love, Dad. September 16th, 1991. Dear Peter, it sounds to me like you're not completely over the dengue fever. Probably takes some time. The Cleveland Browns won a very exciting game yesterday. Hope you and Alice are enjoying each other's company. Love, Dad. September 19th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope that Peter has been restored to complete good health. I have gone back and credited Peter with 5% interest on the money we are holding for him, and will continue to do so each month. The current interest rates are quite low, only about 4.2% on savings and checking accounts. Your $4,640 CD carries 5% interest. The rebirth of Doug Jones is amazing. Hope you are both well. Love, Dad. September 23rd, 1991. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 34 has been received, read, and enjoyed. I do recall that Harold was quite a ladies' man in his earlier days, and this certainly shows up in his diary. The envelope in which the ZFMC arrived was of unusual quality, and the stamps were beautiful. This is really a major expense and effort for you in your new location. Thanks so much. Love, Dad. October 1st, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope your cold is better, Peter. The wedding pictures arrived yesterday and are beautiful. Thanks very much. Otis Nixon has been arrested for drugs, Cleveland Indians ballplayer. Your thought about expanding out the back sounds worthy of exploration. Maybe you could walk the dogs there. I'm anxious to hear what you find out about the medical insurance. Love, Dad. October 7th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I am delighted to hear that Peter has been restored to good health. I hope you both stay in good health. When you are sick, nothing seems right. We are hoping to get the date and place of your reception set soon. The Cleveland Indians have expired and the Cleveland Browns seem to be dying. I did almost the entire front and backyards yesterday. The leaves are turning beautiful and the Buckeyes are ripe. Love, Dad. October 29th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope you had a good trip during your week off. Wasn't that the place where the earthquake happened? Glad you're making disciplined progress. I'm sorry I haven't been able to provide the candidates' information. I've been awfully busy. Red is due back from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada tomorrow. I missed her. Love, Dad. November 4th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, it sounds like you had quite an adventure on your vacation trip to Baguio. I'm delighted you were able to get back safely. The Cleveland Browns lost a game to the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday, which they definitely should have won. It's turning cold here, about 19 degrees last night. Take care of yourselves. Love, Dad. November 11th, 1981. Dear Peter and Alice, it's always good to hear your voices. The Cleveland Browns are self-destructing. I understand there's another big new storm in the Philippines. Good luck. Love, Dad. November 25th, 1991. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 35 read and very much enjoyed. The trip to Alaska was a wonderful one and with good friends. I remember many of the good times and the spectacular scenery. I'd really forgotten how hard we worked. It was very pleasant to recall such nice memories. Thank you. Love, Dad. December 9th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope you're both well. I'm very sorry you will not be with us on Cistern Key, Bahamas over the holidays. I'm really looking forward to going. The Cleveland Browns had an off day yesterday. The weather continues to be mild. Love, Dad. December 12th, 1991. Dear Peter and Alice, have a wonderful holiday. I wish you were both on Cistern Key, Bahamas. Love, Dad. January 8th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, we're back from another great trip to Cistern Key, Exumas, Bahamas. I hope we can get you two down there soon. Patricia brought some hibiscus and bougainvillea plants which Mark planted and which look beautiful. Unfortunately, termites got into the bathroom and part of the studio, and we did our best to deal with that. Progress was made on a toilet for the studio bath soon. I hope you two are still planning to visit us this spring. Love, Dad. January 14th, 1992. Dear Editor, your most recent CFMC received and read with great interest. Your memories of unsuccessful efforts to be a big athlete certainly brought back memories to me of my youth. I really wanted to be an athlete, but could not because of having a rheumatic fever twice. Once when I was 12 years old and again when I was 14. Your mother suggests, and I certainly agree, that you think of yourself as an intellectual rather than a wimp. You have always been a happy kid, Peter, and still are. Love, Dad. January 27th, 1982. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope you hear something soon from the American Embassy. We had a great time in Washington, D.C. this past weekend at Nancy Donaldson's wedding. There was a nice brunch at Rick Donaldson's house. We visited the Apremians and Mount Vernon. I hope you are both well. Love, Dad. February 12th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, enclosed is the application form which we have obtained from the Canadian Government Office of Tourism here in Cleveland, which should be used for Alice to apply for a Canadian visa. It appears that this form must be filled out and mailed to Detroit along with her passport and money order or bank check for $44 US. I would think you should check with the Canadian Embassy or Consulate in Manila about this to make sure you are doing it correctly. Love, Dad. February 12th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, you may want to show the enclosed paper to the people at the American Embassy regarding the visa application. I just finished listening to the rest of the cassette tape, Peter. Very enjoyable. An excellent way to communicate. Take care of yourselves. Love, Dad. March 16th, 1992. Dear Editor, your ZFMC number 37 is the best one yet. A real epic done with Leo Tolstoy flavor. What a tremendous effort you have made, and what a wonderful result. Grandpa and Grandma Zook would have been delighted to read this. You have fleshed out the bare bones facts and breathed life into them. Thank you. Love, Dad. March 18th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, we are delighted to hear the news about our first grandchild. Splendid. Hope you are both well and can come. Love, Dad. March 19th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, we are checking to see what documents Alice needs to enter the Bahamas in the event you change your mind about going to the Bahamas. I can understand Alice's reluctance. The beat goes on. Love, Dad. May 29th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope that your trip back to Manila, Philippines went well. What a pleasure to have you three here in Cleveland. What a lovely day was May 16th. Good luck. Love, Dad. June 9th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope the beginning of school yesterday was not too traumatic and that you are settled back in after your big trip. We take great pleasure in looking back to the beautiful day of the blessing of your marriage and are sure that you do too. All the best. Love, Dad. June 12th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope things are well with the three of you. The weather here has been beautiful in recent days and we are enjoying working in the yard. The Cleveland Indians have shown recent signs of life. Ross Perot seems to be getting stronger in the U.S. presidential election. The last Rocky River school levy was defeated, a surprise. Love, Dad. July 8th, 1992. Dear Editor, I really got a big chuckle out of reading ZFMC number 38. I still remember wrapping the sales tax stamps in toilet paper when I shipped them off to a dealer in another state, and I also recall the critical letter regarding same. I didn't know any different at the time. I was just a little kid getting started in the business world. I have no memory of having written a flying start 52 years ago, but it's really a pretty good story. Thanks. Love, Dad. August 4th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, We got back from 2 great trips to Saskatchewan and the FICC meeting in Colorado Springs. I hope things are going well with both of you. Love, Dad. August 10th, 1992. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 39 has been received, read, and very much enjoyed. You did an excellent job of questioning Mark and bringing out his ideas. Mark certainly has a wonderful philosophy of life, and it comes shining through in your interview with him. It was very uplifting. Thanks. Love, Dad. August 13th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I have just finished listening to your cassette letter, Peter, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's good the 2 of you are prepared for the possibility of a cesarean section delivery. John and Lisa Lacey, 10 Dutchess Avenue, Wappingers Falls, New York. We expect a full house at Lakeside and we'll miss you there. The Cleveland Indians have been hot recently. Love, Dad. August 19th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, today is our 42nd wedding anniversary. We have had many good years for which we are very grateful. We are going to see the Egyptian exhibit and have dinner at the Cleveland Museum of Art this evening. Lakeside plans continue. The Cleveland Indians have been doing well recently. August 21st, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, the Cleveland Indians are really on a roll. Lakeside starts Saturday. Our firm retreat starts tonight at Catawba Island Club. Brent Lessheim cut the grass yesterday. Take care of yourselves. Love, Dad. September 10th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I hope you are both well and that you have had some sunny days so Peter can play some basketball. It makes us all feel better to see the sun. The Cleveland Browns are off to a very poor start. In the first game, we lost 14-3 to Indianapolis Colts. The offensive line collapsed as Bernie Kosar was sacked a record-tying 11 times. The Cleveland Indians are doing pretty well. There was no damage on Cistern Key from Hurricane Andrew. Love, Dad. September 14th, 1992. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 40 about jungle volleyball at Lakeside has been received and read with much laughter. I could actually hear the game going on while reading the copy. We did not play jungle volleyball at Lakeside this year, but we'll definitely have to revive the game after reading about how much fun it was. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. September 15th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, yes, I did find the pamphlet with the exercises and have tried them just once, maybe more later. I do my arthritis exercises every morning and I am still able to walk without a limp. A beautiful warm day here today. I have been praying for your sister Teresita, Alice, as well as both of you and the baby, and Alice's mother and dad and Stella, and will continue to do so. Love, Dad. September 16th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, Mother found Michael's $50 check to you. I called Michael and told him and will mail the old check back to him. He'll send a new check payable to me for $50, which I will credit to your account. The weather here is still beautiful. I hope things are well and calmed down for you. Love, Dad. September 17th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I mailed Michael Ray's $50 check back to him this morning and presume we'll receive a replacement shortly, which I will credit to the funds we are holding for you. I just paid Peter's Blue Cross premium of $176. The balance we are holding is $686. The Cleveland Indians are continuing their efforts to reach $500. Bernie Kosar and Todd Philcox, the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks, played golf in the foursome ahead of us at Lakewood Country Club a while back. Both are big, strong fellows. Good luck. Love, Dad. September 22nd, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, fighting the battle of the bulge is tough. I know because I have the same problem. It takes some real intestinal fortitude to quit taking the things which make you slob like. Good luck. Too much weight dulls the mind. You both need all of your wits about you to deal with the various school problems. I'm glad you were able to move, Peter, and play basketball. It seems to do wonders for you. Your personal funds should be kept separate from the school funds. Don't buy larger pants. Eat less and get a smaller waist. Webster Slaughter was the holdout. I don't believe Eric Metcalf held out for the Cleveland Browns. Love, Dad. September 29th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, I'm glad to hear you sounding better on the telephone, Peter. Bill Clinton seems to be one of your regular correspondents. The Cleveland Browns seem to be dying and the Cleveland Indians are reborn. The Ross Perot campaign certainly adds an unusual component to the 1992 U.S. presidential election. I hope you're both well. Love, Dad. October 5th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, Timothy Samuel Ray. What a blessed event. What a fine name. Congratulations again. I hope things go well with this new person. Lenora Hughes is sending me $100 for your ZFMC expenses. I will put it in your account here that we are holding for you unless you want me to send it to you. The Cleveland Indians came on strong the second half. Good luck and God bless. Love, Dad. October 12th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, the four of you, Peter, Alice, Timothy, Samuel, and Rosario, are in our prayers every day. I hope the bonding and parenting are well underway. You folks are really in a situation. I also pray for Teresita and Stella. The Cleveland Browns won a big game yesterday. Your mother and I are well and enjoying life, having trouble getting the bathroom done. Our best to all of you. Love, Dad. October 26, 1982. Dear Peter and Alice, May Bentley, my secretary, has asked whether you are going to apply for a Social Security number for Timothy Samuel Garcia Ray. She has raised enough money for a bond, and this is a question on the bond application. What a splendid picture of him. It was great to hear your voice and discuss the absentee ballot. Don't count Ross Perot out. Quite an exciting World Series. The Cleveland Browns rallied and won yesterday. It will be great to have your mother back here. So sad about Rosario. Love, Dad. November 2nd, 1992. Dear Group, thanks so much for the new batch of 15 pictures. They are just splendid. God bless Rosario. Your mother, Alice, she's at rest with her daughter, Rose. Give our deepest sympathies to Emiliano. Tomorrow is the big day here, the election day. Love, Dad. November 18th, 1992. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 41 received, read, and very much enjoyed. What a tremendous experience for Harold and Terry Freilich to enjoy together. An epic trip with fabulous mountain views of the Himalayas requiring great physical endurance and filled with dangerous episodes. The color on the front page is excellent and the picture of Harold is unusually good. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. November 30th, 1992. Dear Peter and Alice, thanks so much for the continuous flow of pictures of Timothy. He's growing like a weed. Great Thanksgiving. We always enjoy having you kids home. Looking forward to going to the Bahamas. Love, Dad. February 9th, 1993. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 42 received, read, and very much enjoyed. What an interesting, colorful cover. Timothy looks great. Reading my ancient diary takes me back a long time. I remember some, but not all of the names. Although I obviously had a lot of energy in my college days, I still enjoyed sack time as I do now. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. June 3rd, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, what a wonderful thing to have all three of you visit us. Wonderful. The colored picture and the current Federation flyer may be of some interest to you. Your Grandma Smallshaw was scheduled for cataract surgery a couple days ago. I hope it went well. Your mother is out there now. Peter, we hope you had a positive experience with United Airlines in arranging for the $1,616 Visa credit. Love, Dad. June 10th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, I hope your new school year is starting off on a positive note. Mother will be back tomorrow. It's certainly been quiet at home. It will be good to have her back. Patricia is moving to a new place July 1st. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. June 14th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, it was great to talk with you before church yesterday. We thought of you during church when the gospel was being read. See enclosed church leaflet. Thank you for the United Airlines paperwork. I note that it is a refund application for an unused ticket, voluntary. I hope there is no problem with getting the actual refund or Visa credit. Love, Dad. June 28th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, The full United Airline credit came through on this most recent Visa bill regarding the $1,600 plus tickets you had to buy in order to leave Cleveland. Also, the $60 tax came through, so that is that. I sent Michael Ray a copy of the Federation flyer with the snake picture in it and called him on Dick's birthday, June 23rd. I'll try to call him once a month as you suggest. I hope you can get your backup generator. Love, Dad. July 8th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, the weather here has been very warm for some time, real summer. We enjoy sitting out on the patio in the evenings and watching the sunset and discussing the affairs of the day. Remodeling of the bathroom continues. Looking forward to La Costa and Lakeside. Love, Dad. July 19th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, I'm so sorry to hear about the fever and rash. I hope both are gone by the time you receive this. Maybe the enclosed will make you feel better. Editor's note, perhaps a Cleveland Plain Dealer Sports section? Love, Dad. August 11th, 1983. Dear Editor, your SFMC number 11 has been looked at and read with great interest. What a beautiful and appropriate cover. Your Grandma Smallshaw's early days are a never-ending source of interest. She's a great lady. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. August 13th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, think of it. Lakeside will be in progress when you receive this. Sparse attendance expected this year. The Cleveland Indians won a couple games. Brent Lesheim is making a sporadic effort to scrape and paint the beach house. Mother is going to hold off on her surgery until after Greg Lacey's wedding. Love, Dad. August 17th, 1993. Dear Peter, some recent notable games at Cleveland Municipal Stadium with Nolan Ryan's final game there and the return of Bob Ojeda. Love, Dad. September 3rd, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, the enclosed picture was taken by Lenore in August 1992 at Lakeside. She took it with her stretch disposable camera. I hope your mother and Patricia are getting along all right with your Grandma Smallshaw and Bud. The Cleveland Indians are still fighting toward 500. Hope you're all well. Love, Dad. September 10th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, your cousin Greg Lacey's wedding scheduled for Saturday, September 25th has been postponed. Greg says he and Deirdre are still engaged but have things to work through together before they get married. No new date set. It took a lot of courage to cancel September 25th at such a late date. Peter, I mailed a check this morning for your Blue Cross premium. Hope you are well. Love, Dad. September 20th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, today is your mother's 69th birthday. We're going out to dinner at Don's River City Cafe. She's a wonderful person. Her surgery is October 1st. Alice, your sister Teresita was here briefly last week. Hope you're all well. The Cleveland Browns had a big win yesterday. The Cleveland Indians are hanging it at -8. Love, Dad. September 24th, 1993. Dear folks, next Friday, October 1st, your mother is having her surgery. She is quite apprehensive. Certainly hope it goes well. Myers, Henteman, Schneider, and Ray is going to the Cleveland Indians game tonight, and I'm planning to go. They still have a shot at 500. The beach house roof is finally done. Brent Lesheim decided he was unable to paint the beach house. I hope you're all well. Love, Dad. October 1st, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, your mother's surgery is today. Certainly hope it goes well. 4 hours. Great nostalgia here in Cleveland about the Cleveland Indians these days. The Cleveland Indians begin their final games at Cleveland Municipal Stadium tonight. 3-game series with the Chicago White Sox. 210,000 fans are expected for the 3 games. This is the Cleveland Indians ticket stub for the game last Friday night I attended with the office. Love, Dad. October 4th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, your mother's surgery last Friday took 4 hours. She seems to be coming along well. Hope that she'll be discharged sometime today. She'll have to take estrogen the rest of her life. We'll have to do her exercises and we'll need to be careful about lifting. 217,000 for the final 3 games at the stadium. Cleveland Indians against the White Sox. Love, Dad. October 16th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, good luck to you all. Your mother is still hurting and healing. The World Series starts today. Bernie Kosar has been benched. I'm getting ready for another trial. Love, Dad. November 3rd, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Timothy, the new pictures of Timothy are precious. He has left the baby stage and is turning into a fine young man. Wonderful. The enclosed letter is with respect to the recent case which Dick Talbert asked me to try for State Farm when Dick's mother died shortly after he returned from Florida, where the critical medical and dental depositions had been taken. The letter is from State Farm Assistant Patricia J. Allen to her State Farm agent. Love, Dad. November 12th, 1993. Dear Editor, the cover of SFMC number 12 is another beauty. You continue to amaze me with how you were able to produce these. They are very special. I particularly enjoyed reading about the long time ago recollections of Ruth Smallshaw. She was and still is a very bright person. Thank you for putting together another real gem. Love, Dad. December 7th, 1993. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, apologies for opening the enclosed letter to Alice from Immigration. I did not notice who it was addressed to until after it was opened. It seems incredible that Christmas is nearly upon us. I'm very much looking forward to the Bahamas. Only one more case to try before we leave. Today is Lenore Hughes' birthday, number 87. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. January 20th, 1994. Dear Peter, I hope the enclosed 2 affidavits are in proper form. If not, let us know and we'll try again. The Outsider by Richard Wright has been ordered and will be here shortly. Very cold here, all-time low yesterday, minus 20 degrees. Love, Dad. February 1st, 1994. Dear Editor, CFMC number 43 brings back many happy memories of my growing up years in Marion, Ohio. One of the favorite stories about John Zook has to do with when he was a child and had a horse. He used to stand beside his horse in the stall. When the horse would stomp its feet, John would stomp his feet. I can still see John clearly in my mind, a cigar tucked firmly in the corner of his mouth and a twinkle in his eye. We had many discussions about the unions, railroads, democratic politics, world affairs, etc. The discussions were particularly spirited when he got into a subject area in which I thought I knew something. I shall always respect his memory. Another good job, Mr. Editor. Love, Dad. March 16th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, looking forward to seeing you all soon. Love, Dad. April 21st, 1994. Dear Editor, CFMC number 44 was greatly enjoyed. Although I knew the end of the Nancy Wilson story, I certainly did not remember all the particulars along the way. Those things happened so long ago that it was almost like I was reading about another person. The ever-present tension between academics and outside activities was certainly evident. Thank you. Sincerely yours, John S. Ray. June 2nd, 1984. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, what a pleasure to have had you all with us. The Cleveland Indians are on a tear in their new stadium, Jacobs Field. Love, Dad. June 10th, 1994. Dear Peter, you will recall our good friend Steve Rose, a fine man. Mother is slowly improving. She has really been sick. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. June 13th, 1994. Dear Peter, I thought the Cleveland Indians and Haiti stories would be of interest. The weather is calm today so far, so they are trying to do the new boathouse floor. We'll see. They hope to pour concrete on Wednesday. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. June 15th, 1994. Dear Peter, I thought you would enjoy the current Cleveland Indians' euphoria, how well they're playing at Jacobs Field. The new boathouse floor is being poured today. It is very hot and humid. Love, Dad. June 16th, 1994. Dear Peter, maybe 1994 is the Cleveland Indians' year. I picked up the New Guinea book at Booksellers. The other one is not in yet. Enjoyed the coffee and cookies there. Love, Dad. June 17th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, Roth Construction is supposed to be at our beach house today doing work to strengthen the living room floor before the new floor is put down. The new 3-foot deep concrete floor was poured in the boathouse on Wednesday. Thank goodness it was a calm day. The weather continues to be very hot. Another amazing finish to the Cleveland Indians game last night. In the bottom of the ninth innings, they scored 3 runs after 2 were out to win 7-6. Love, Dad. June 20th, 1994. Dear Peter, another come-from-behind victory for the Cleveland Indians. The beat continues. I thought you might be interested in the bookseller's bankruptcy. Their Rocky River store, which you enjoy so much, will remain open. Your sister Pamela was born 40 years ago yesterday. Love, Dad. June 24th, 1994. Dear Peter, the Cleveland Indians are still in high gear. Enclosed are the requested addresses. God bless. Love, Dad. June 27th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, a long, soggy, unsuccessful weekend for the Cleveland Indians, but they are still in first place. The burst blood vessel in your mother's eye is better. Thank goodness. Love, Dad. July 5th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, the Cleveland Indians keep on rolling. I was delighted that we could get some yard work done over the July 4th weekend. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. July 12th, 1994. Dear Group, it's good to have your mother back home last night. Sounds like she, Patricia, and your grandmother, Smalsha, had fun. The baseball strike is looming. July 15th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, enclosed is the precious green card. I hope it gets to you all right. The Outsiders moving forward. Cross is expounding to Blimmen. What a name. The Cleveland Indians were dumped out of first place last night. It's very warm here. Love, Dad. July 18th, 1994. Dear Editor, ZFMC number 43 read and enjoyed. I particularly enjoyed Lenore's recollections of my mother, who was a fine person, very practical and religious. She and Lenore were close friends. Rather sobering to note that more than half the folks shown in the 1947 cover photo are no longer on this earth. Keep up the good work. Love, Dad. August 24th, 1994. Dear Peter, we had a great trip to British Columbia and Alaska. Lakeside is upon us. The beach house floor hopefully will be done this week. Good firm weekend at CIC last weekend. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. September 9th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, we tried to call you recently and could not get through. Do brownouts take out the telephone service too? I credited the $30 check from Roberta Zook to your account. Another good lakeside. Hope you are all well. Love, Dad. September 12th, 1994. Dear Peter, not a good Cleveland Browns game yesterday. Jenny Simon and her new husband did not spend their wedding night in the beach house after all. Your mother is supposed to be leaving for Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, Wednesday morning, but has a terrible cough. Beautiful weather here. Love, Dad. September 16th, 1994. Dear Peter, your mother is in Regina with her mother. Your mother will be 70 years old next Tuesday, September 20th. The Outsider by Richard Wright is coming to a crashing close. The blonde lady just jumped out the window and Cross is fit to be tied. I wound up in some marathon depositions. Hope you're all well. Love, Dad. September 20th, 1994. Dear Peter, today is your mother's 70th birthday. Hard to believe. She looks and acts much younger. What about Haiti? Hope things continue to go well there. A better Cleveland Browns game last Sunday. Great to talk to you on the telephone. Love, Dad. October 3rd, 1994. Timothy's second birthday. Dear Editor, what a beautiful cover on ZFMC 46, SFMC 13. It was of particular interest to me that Patricia is troubled when I say I'm still here, so I'll do my best to stop saying that. Always a pleasure to read your latest production. Love, Dad. October 14th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, the Cleveland Browns are still holding together. We're leaving this evening for Boston and then up to Maine for Harold and Marge's 50th wedding anniversary. Hope you're all well. Love, Dad. October 24th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, it was splendid to talk with you yesterday. I hope the power went on immediately after we talked. The Cleveland Browns had a good game yesterday. Love, Dad. October 31st, 1994. Halloween. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, Wonderful TV show last evening on Angels. Mark called us about it when we called Patricia. A number of very graphic and heartwarming stories about people who have seen and heard and were helped by their guardian angels in times of need. Hope the rains hold off for the Halloweeners this evening. Glad the power finally went back on. Love, Dad. November 7th, 1994. Dear Peter, Alice, and Tim, Scott Rudge has moved to Bay Village and would like to see you when you visit next spring. They have a 3-year-old son and are expecting in February. Election Day is tomorrow. Mark's birthday is November 9th. Love, Dad. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.